Hey guys, today I'm showing you this monster of an LCD game. This is the Disney Cars LCD game by Disney and Pixar. And Rusty's, is that the... no, I don't think that's the manufacturer. Anyway, there's no indication of date. It's pretty recent, you know, if it's Disney Cars anyway. And you play as, supposedly play as Lightning McQueen, and just race on this track. It's terrible. It's a horrible game. There's no button. Like, there's 5 buttons, but none of them control the car. You actually have to tilt. Well, you supposedly you move the car by tilting the wheel this way. You have to play it straight and then control the wheel, but it doesn't actually work. It doesn't really work well. What works better is actually tilting it sideways like that. But it's just messy as hell. Really. It doesn't really work as a control device. I'll show you what I mean. So you're just on the racetrack, and the goal is just to reach the end essentially of the racetrack. So there you go. But it's not very responsive. You kind of have to. And then here it blocks. Yeah, it's just so painful. And then you completely lose sight of what's happening on the track. So when you do that, because it's so, you have to be jerking your movement, and yeah. And the goal is actually just reach the end. You don't actually, as far as I know, you can crash in as many things as you want, or into. See, I just crashed on the side here. It doesn't actually do anything. Here I just ran on something. I'm not sure what it was. Maybe if I crash into a car, maybe that's one life gone. You got this button here that just does this. This turns the sound off. Oh, there you go, lost a life. This is your turbo. Essentially, when you reach a certain speed and a certain amount of time without crashing into things, which is really hard. You can press the turbo button and get more speed. Doesn't actually look like much. Oh, there you go. I just died. It's actually really hard to control, and this is I think brakes. So it's just really hard to control. I picked this up in a charity shop for I think a couple of euros. I was just more curious than anything, and I just love stuff that is LCD anyway. I mean, it's not a bad screen. It's actually alright. It's just there's not much very interesting to this type of game. There's actually tons of games like these. I've one with dinosaurs as well, which were pretty much works the same way, except this one you have controls. Maybe I'll do a review on that as well. And I have another race car as well that pretty much works the same way. Yeah, they're just atrocious, and the fact that you have to control it like that, it doesn't help. It's a cool device though. I would have loved to actually, because it holds well, and if they had the buttons here, it could have worked as a game. It really could have worked, but it just in the way it is now, it doesn't actually work. It's solid though. If you break it, you probably yeah. If you manage to break it, you probably deserve to get a new one, because it feels pretty solid. I like the fact that like that it switches off after a while, so you don't ruin your batteries. Other than that, it's pretty much a pile of junk, really. I wouldn't recommend you get it, even cheap. It just takes the space in your collection. So there you go, Disney Pixar Cars LCD game. I'm not even sure who made it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.